Okay, we're going to do a little skill of the week on how to do a wet into wet wash. And this was filmed earlier today. Toby, thanks for helping me out. But my sound doesn't work on my iPad, so I'm going to narrate this. So we're taping down the watercolor paper. You want to tape it onto the board with about a 1/4 inch around each edge. I'm kind of adjusting it there because it's not in the middle. And you want to run your fingernail right along the edge of it so that it really sticks down hard to the board. Do this on all 4 sides of the watercolor paper. It doesn't take very long. You just want to have one long strip for each side. And put it, like I said, about a 1/4 inch on the edge so that it forms a little framework. But you want to make sure that it's really attached well so that water doesn't seep underneath it. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of rippling in your paper that won't shrink back to flat once it dries. So then in the black drawers in the room by the chalkboard are the watercolor paint brushes, and they're nice and fluffy. And you want to get a nice big fluffy brush. Get yourself a container of water. I'm over at the sink getting that now. Okay, and then when you get your water, you're going to just wet your paper down completely. Make sure you only use the bristles of the brush and not press down really hard, because you don't want that ferrule, which is the metal part, to scratch your paper. So you can hold your water right over your paper and just start brushing it on there. Notice how many times I dip back into the water to spread that water onto the paper. And it's just a really quick movement. You don't want to do a lot of brushing, because if you overbrush, then you're going to start tearing through the paper, and that is going to damage your painting. So you can see that the water just kind of glistens in the light. That's what you want, because you want it to be standing up on the paper. And then you're just going to dip into your paint. Just a little bit of paint. Make sure there's a little puddle in there. And you're going to do a really light wash that runs down the painting. And you can move your painting all around. Let that kind of seep throughout. We're just doing a very faint wash, not much of anything at all. We don't want it to be very heavy, because this is going to be our light background. So don't overdo it. It only takes a few seconds. And that is our skill of the week.